All right, so now we're going to construct the block, and the first thing we're going to do is make 4 quarter square triangle units. And we do that by taking the 2 5¼ inch squares. So one of them is a print and one of them is going to be a background. Now you have a skill sheet, because we did this a couple months ago, so you have a skill sheet from a previous month on how to do quarter square triangles. We're also going to post it online in case you can't find it, because if you're like me, it's probably buried in your sewing room. Okay? To do a quarter square triangle, we have to do 4 of them that are identical, so we're going to use the identical method. We're going to take and put these right sides together. Now, we're going to talk about the right rule in a minute, but what we need to get the star fabric on the right-hand side of the quarter square unit. So what I'm talking about is this, okay? So this would be on your right side if you were facing it. To do that, you want to put that fabric on top. You're going to draw a line in both diagonals, and then you're going to sew a 1/4 inch away from the line, but you're going to start sewing at the center and sew on the right-hand side of the line down to the point. You're going to rotate it and start just above the next line at the middle and sew down to the point. And you're going to do that 4 times. Okay? Now if you look at the back, because it's lighter, you can see the stitching in there that it's done 4 times. Now you are going to cut it on both of those drawn lines, which gives you 4 segments. And they look like this. I pulled them down so you've got 4 of these. And when you open them up and press them, they are all going to be exactly the same and have the star on the right and the background on the left. Now, how do I know that? Because many moons ago, I really had to figure out how I could make one fabric fall in a specific place. And I came up with what I call my right rule. So when you do a quarter square triangle, I put it down where I put it. Here it is. Whatever fabric you have on top, if you sew on the right-hand side of the line, when you open it, that fabric will be on the right-hand side of the quarter square triangle. So my right rule. Put the fabric that needs to be on the right on top, sew on the right-hand side of the line, and when you cut it apart and open it, that fabric will be on the right-hand side of the segment. Now the good news is, if you can't remember all of that and you do it wrong, all you have to do is close this up and you would unsew this side and you would sew this side, and it flips direction of which way they are. So it's not fatal if you happen to catch it the wrong way, okay? But you want 4 of these all identical for this block. All right, then you're going to take your strips that you've trimmed down to 2½ inches, and you're going to put them right sides together. Just don't worry about the length, do the whole strip. I recommend that you put the selvage is both at the same end, because that will be your waist. You can trim them off and you won't end up with waist at both ends. And you're going to sew a 1/4 inch seam all the way down. You will press that towards the blue and open it up, and you will have a strip set. We've also done this. And you're going to cut this into 8 2½ inch segments. And what I mean by that is they're going to look just like this. Okay? You need 8 of them. All right, so now we have our 4 quarter square units. We're going to take our segments here, and we are going to put them right sides together with opposite colors touching. You're going to match your seams, and you're going to sew a 1/4 inch seam. When you get that sewn, you are going to have what's called a 4 patch. So it's going to look like this, okay? You'll have 4 patches. They should measure 4½ inches. You'll have 4 quarter square triangles that will measure 4½ inches. And then you will have your center square, okay? So to assemble it, you want to just line these up so that it looks like the block on the picture. But just so you know, the blues are going to chain together, No, this one's not, is it? So that goes like that and that goes like that. There you go. So you see the blues are chaining, and then you also have to, we didn't talk about that, but you have to take your quarter square units and you have to put them right sides together with the triangles that you cut from the color 2. You put these right sides together. They should be fairly the same size, and you're going to sew a 1/4 inch seam down here. This will also measure 4.5 inches. Okay, so now you have this, you have your 4 patches, and now it's a matter of laying your block out. And I'm just not even going to try and grab this one. So when you go to do that, when you lay these out, you're going to see these all circulate around and your block looks like this. It's a really easy block this month. You're going to have a fun time doing it. I highly recommend you go home and you do it right now because if you leave it next year at this time, you'll have 11 finished blocks and one that, oh my gosh, where'd I put that kit? Okay. If you didn't get to come in and pick up your blocks, we have all the extra fabric out for sales and we have some finishing ideas. So you're welcome to come in and take a peek at that and get what you need to finish. And I guess that's what I have for you. So look forward to next month. We have lots of new and fun things to start, and I'll see you then.